In my presentations, and I've delivered a few so far, I focus on the timeline within which I believe habitat will be gone for humans, and not too long after the habitat is gone, there won't be any humans left on the planet anymore. So that's the general idea, is how long do we have with habitat on this planet for our own species, Homo sapiens?
Now, I know that when I first spoke to you, you were saying that it looked as if we had maybe up until about the year 2030, which isn't too far away. Is there any reason to change that calculation? Might we be losing habitat sooner or possibly later?
It's difficult for me to imagine we have that long. Depending upon the various events that occur in the near future, we could reach 4 degrees Celsius above baseline in as little as 18 months. Even at the relatively slow rate of overall planetary warming we have observed so far, we are losing the ability of plants and animals to keep up. They can't keep up with the slow rate of climate change that has happened so far by a factor of 10,000 times. So now that we've entered the abrupt phase of climate change, it appears likely that we'll reach that 4 degrees Celsius mark in a short period of time. I don't see that we could possibly make it to 2030, but it's pretty difficult to predict the future, obviously. I just don't see habitat being around for nearly that long.
Now, you talk about that 4 degrees centigrade above baseline as being critical, because is it generally accepted among the scientific community that at 4 degrees above baseline that habitat for human habitation is just not there?
Interestingly, Oliver Tickell wrote a paper in The Guardian on the 10th of August 2008, so now nearly 7 years ago, and the article is headlined, "On a Planet 4C Hotter, All We Can Prepare For Is Extinction," and he was writing specifically about human extinction. I think that's pretty conservative. It represented the viewpoint at the time, the scientific viewpoint. I think it's conservative because we've had no humans on Earth at 3.3 degrees Celsius above baseline in the past, baseline meaning the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, or about 1750. However, it's become clear that 4C is locked in now, and in the very near term, there's no way to avoid it. And so most climate scientists I know are backpedaling terribly, or moving the goalposts, as it were, and claiming that 4C won't be a problem. Considering that the ability of plants and native animals to keep up with the slow rate of change, and they lag by a factor of 10,000 times, I don't see how accelerating the process is going to help any.